trust me for the next minute or so by closing your eyes. Go on. Close your eyes and go on a trip with me back in time. Remember the 5-year-old you. You were full of life and adventure. You had your own little dreams. You were so, so happy. Can you remember a happy moment? How does that make you feel? And now, remember the 19-year-old you. You had gotten to know yourself a little better. You were still full of life and excited for what the future had in store for you. And now you can come back to reality by opening your eyes. What gave the 5-year-old you the ability to dream? What gave the 19-year-old you the ability to see a future? It is through the currency of imagination. Now, why use the word currency? Because I believe imagination is the medium used to exchange value between thought and reality. It is so powerful because only through imagination comes actualization, of course, with something called process in between. What you see about you becomes your reality. What you say about you becomes your identity. I would like to share 2 things that I believe will help us retain the currency of imagination. Dr. Bayo Akololafe, a Nigerian philosopher and psychologist, explores how indigenous and ecological knowledge systems help and open pathways for creative thinking. He argues that being in relationship with nature fosters deeper and more imaginative thinking. Nature allows us to imagine and to create. I remember growing up, my friends and I would make dolls out of clay. My brothers and their mates would make cars out of copper wires. Copper is a valued mineral in Zambia, and it is actually our biggest export. We played a lot outside. We played games like Ichidunu, which is practically hide and seek. We played games like Waida, and we just had so much fun. Nature helped us to regulate our emotions as we explored and grew. And so let us allow ourselves, let us allow our children to explore nature in order for us to imagine and to create. What you see about you becomes your reality. What you say about you becomes your identity. Number 2, the power of words. I'm a born-again Christian who is a gospel artist. And before I started singing for people in real life, I saw it in my mind. And I said it to myself, that I would sing for God to bless others. And so I embodied that. I started living that dream. Growing up, I was so obsessed with New York City because of one of my favorite movies, Home Alone. So I pictured myself there a lot. I remember playing with my nephew and saying, "How are you doing, New York?" before breaking into song for him. And some years later, I said those exact words on the biggest stage I have ever sung on, singing my song titled Jehovah, which was that day played by one of the biggest music bands in the world, Coldplay. I remember that moment. Chris Martin introducing me to such a large crowd. I remember my heart pumping faster than it ever has before. I remember the breeze of New York City hitting my face so gracefully as I sang my lungs out to people I did not know. I really have no hand in how that came to life. But I was not surprised because I had seen New York before in my mind. What you see about you becomes your reality. What you say about you becomes your identity. And that is why the power of life and death lies in the tongue. When I was 5 years old, I enjoyed singing with my family. It made me so happy. And so when I started seeing it for myself professionally, I believed I could achieve it. When I was 19 years old, a friend of mine introduced me to the TEDx platform. And I was immediately obsessed with the talks. And I thought to myself as a 19-year-old, oh, how lovely it would be to speak on the TEDx stage. And 12 years later, I'm standing in front of you. What I saw about me became my reality. What I said about me became my identity. And so I would like to sing this powerful chorus for you. And if you know this song, please do sing with me. Silence, veafunani silence. Wene ujakawalala, veafunani silence. So speak what you want to see and declare what you want to be. Osati, silence, veafunani silence.